Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In the previous video, we were talking about India-Bangladesh relations, and the concerns in the bilateral relations was what we were discussing about. We have talked about the concerns of Bangladesh, and now we will be talking about the concerns of India. So the first one is illegal migration, and I hope most of you will be aware about it. So the thing is कि इंडिया और बांग्लादेश का जो बॉर्डर है दैट्स अ हाईली पोरस बॉर्डर. ओके, क्योंकि प्रॉब्लम है कि पूरा अच्छे तरीके से उसकी फेंसिंग भी नहीं कर सकते बिकॉज ऑफ द ज्योग्राफी ऑफ द रीजन, बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ द जगह पर ना दैट इज रिवराइन टोपोग्राफी है, जिसकी वजह से पोरोसिटी काफी ज्यादा हाई है और फेंसिंग कंप्लीटली नहीं हो पाती है. Because of this high degree of porosity, there is this problem of illegal migration. And the checking of cross-border activities and illegal migration has been a major challenge. And that this is as per a government report only. Okay, so this is also sometimes called as India's Mexico problem. So I hope I need not explain this thing that India's Mexico problem, just like from Mexico to US, there is this illegal migration in the similar way from Bangladesh to India. Okay, so there are various reasons for this illegal migration. Okay, so first of all is these push and pull factors. What are the push factors? First of all, let's talk about the push factors. Okay, see, when it comes to push factors, so the first and foremost thing will be kind of unemployment or not very good economic conditions which are there in the Bangladesh. Another reason might be religious persecution. That is one of the other reason. Then is lack of sufficient economic diversification which is not there in Bangladesh. Then there is definitely vulnerability to climate change because of the constant floods which are because of the river Brahmaputra which are there in Bangladesh. So these are few of the push factors. Now, what are the pull factors? When it comes to pull factor, like how the conditions in India are pulling the people of Bangladesh towards our country. So these pull factors are better economic opportunities are better. Okay, so first one comes out to be economic opportunities which are better in India as compared to Bangladesh. Then is the secularism which is there in our country. Then another thing is linguistic and cultural affinity is also there with India, right? And another thing is that since both of the countries were historically one only, okay, so that's why there are these cross-border ties as well, which are there with Bangladesh. Okay, so these are the push and pull factors. And another thing is the porous borders. What about these porous borders? So when we are talking about, so I have already told you because of the riverine topography of the region, there is this porous borders which are there. Okay, so when it comes to the impact of illegal migration, so because of this illegal migration, the negative impact is there on both the migrants as well as on the people of our country. Okay, so first one is economic exploitation. Illegal and undocumented migrants lack legal safeguard and they are prone to informal, temporary and unprotected jobs and even forced labor. That is a problem which is there for the illegal migrants. Then when it comes to economic pressure on our country, that's about the economic pressure on the limited resources which are available in the country. Then is the fear of foreigners which might get developed जिसे हम in term it is called as xenophobia, that is fear of foreigners may develop, like because of the foreigners competing in job opportunities, there might also be social tensions जिसकी वजह से it might lead to distortion of the existing demography of the region. और example आ जाएगा threat to SME's identity due to illegal migration from Bangladesh, which has given rise to various socio-political tensions in Assam. So these are various impacts of the illegal migration. Okay. Now, what are the measures being taken? So, in order to prevent this illegal migration and illegal activities, including the anti-national activities across the border, the government had sanctioned the construction of border fencing. So, border fencing is being constructed. Okay. Then it has also decided to undertake the work of installation of floodlights. So there is installation of floodlights as well. Floodlights are nothing but a term which is used for lights which cover broader area. Basically floodlights कहते हैं उन्हें. So that in the regions of Bangladesh, Meghalaya, Assam, Mizoram, Tripura along the India-Bangladesh borders. Actually, there have been some problems in the construction of this fencing because of the riverine and low-lying areas, habitations within 150 yards of the border, pending land acquisition cases, protests by the border population, which have delayed the completion of the project. So there is some problem with the completion of the project of border fencing and these installation of floodlights. So this is about the measures which are being taken and some problem which is associated with these measures. So what are the measures which are needed? So first of all, foremost thing is to solve any kind of bilateral dispute. The measure needed is the diplomatic measures. Okay, India has to make diplomatic effort to get Bangladesh to cooperate, as illegal migration cannot be solved unless the origin country is going to cooperate, because we will not be able to solve the problem by ourselves. We'll have to be this problem actually needs the cooperation from Bangladesh as well. Sharing of the digital database of its citizen will make this easier. Okay. Then there is need for the proper surveillance of the borders by the use of technology like drones. Okay. Then use of regional forums. Use of regional forums like BIMSTEC, they can be used to discuss the issues like illegal migration from the neighboring countries and garnering support and coordination from the members. So the regional forums can also help us solve this problem. Addressing the push-pull factors when it comes to it. So push-pull factors, these are basically the economic diversification which is lacking in Bangladesh. So India can help them out in that case by providing, just like India is doing that in the case of line of credit, by providing line of credit. So push-pull factors, they need to be addressed, and checking the corruption against the border management agencies. This is also one of the step which needs to be taken. So this is the problem of, so we have talked about the problem of illegal migration which is there, and as per a data, approximately 40 million illegal migrants are there in India from Bangladesh. Okay, 40 million illegal migrants are there. Okay, so we have talked about illegal migration. What are the causes of this migration? What are the steps which are being taken by the government? And what are the steps which can be taken to solve this problem? Which are the steps needed to solve this problem? Okay, so this is about one problem. Another thing is the China factor. Actually, the China factor is there with every country in our neighborhood. Okay, so China factor. In the previous class, I've told you that India lacks bipartisan consensus with Bangladesh. There are two parties in Bangladesh. One is BNP, another one is Awami League. It's only Awami League which is there in the favor of India and not BNP. BNP is pro-China. Okay. Whereas when it comes to China, it is having bipartisan consensus. Both the parties actually support, like they seek the support of China. So China is having bipartisan consensus with both, that is with both the parties China is having the consensus with, whereas India lacks it. This is one of the problem. Okay, so there are some points which I'll be showing, like from which I'll be showing you that how China is having an impact on Bangladesh. First one is trade and investment. First point is, as of April 2024, China is the Bangladesh's largest trading partner. In fact, this is so from the year of 2015 that China is Bangladesh's largest trading partner, which accounting, and it is for the April 2024 that it is accounting for 21.3% of Bangladesh's imports. India is the second largest trading partner, accounting for 17% of the imports. Okay, this is about the first thing, that the China is the largest trading partner of Bangladesh. Then is Bangladesh is a part of China's BRI. That's also important point. And Bangladesh has joined China's BRI in the year of 2016. Another of trade and investment in infrastructure as well. China has built a multi-purpose bridge on the Padma River. Another, as a part of its Maritime Silk Road initiative, China has contributed to the construction of several ports which are there. And one of those ports is the Chittagong port, which is there in Bangladesh. China, and this is the most recent news, that China has shown interest in developing Teesta River Comprehensive Management Restoration Project, and the support is going to be $1 billion, and it's going to be $1 billion project. So China has proposed this project, and it's there in the April 2024 only that China has proposed this project. So this is about the China factor in this case trade and investment. And it's not only restricted to trade and investment. It's also about the defense cooperation. Defense cooperation between Bangladesh and China, this is also increasing. So the points, over the past decade, China has become a major defense ally to Bangladesh, making it the second largest recipient, 11% of Chinese arms export globally from 2019 to 23 following Pakistan. So it has become the second largest recipient of China's arms exports. Then additionally, Bangladesh ranked 26th among the world's top arm importing countries during the same period. Same period, that is 2019 to 23, with 72% of its arm import sourced from China. Okay, then is for the fiscal year of 22 to 23, Bangladesh allocated a defense budget of $3.8 billion, representing 1.1% of its GDP. The predominant influence of China in Bangladesh is manifested through its substantial imports of military hardware, with approximately 86% of the military import sourced from China. So you can see this from this data how China is actually impacting like Bangladesh in the defense cooperation as well. This is also another point to show how defense cooperation is there between China and Bangladesh. And also another important point, this is the news of May 2024 only, that PLA of China has announced its plan to conduct a joint military exercise with Bangladesh Armed Forces. And this is going to be the first joint military exercise between the countries, between both these countries, named as China-Bangladesh Golden Friendship 2024. Okay, so this is going to be the first such kind of military exercise. This is also another important point from the perspective of military cooperation. Another point in the cooperation, like China in Bangladesh under this subheading, another point is that Bangladesh has reiterated its support for One China policy. We'll be talking about One China policy, like it is basically concerned with China-Taiwan issue, and we'll be talking about it in the greater details later on in the classes. Another point about is China's string of pearl policy for its influence in the Indian Ocean region, and also in the string of pearls policy, Chittagong port is also one of the important port. Okay, so actually these are the few points showing how China in Bangladesh will be having a negative impact on India, because China is wanting to bring Bangladesh under its sphere of influence and limiting that of China and limiting that of India. So China is wanting to bring Bangladesh under its sphere of influence, which is definitely having a negative, which is going to have a negative impact on India Bangladesh is because India is showing such a large, long boundary with Bangladesh and also its neighborhood. Okay, so this is, we can say, these are the points which are impacting India because of China and Bangladesh. This is having a negative impact on India. Okay, but when it comes to Prime Minister of Prime Minister of Bangladesh, the earlier Prime Minister PM Sheikh Hasina, she was there in the office for the consecutive 3 terms for 15 years. She was in power, and she has said that she has called her relations with India as organic. They share a unique bond ingrained in blood, and that cannot be compared with any of other country. This is what she talked about in India, and on the other hand, China is a partner in mega infrastructure project. So basically, she was saying that both countries are having equal importance for Bangladesh. So these are the statements which were made by Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, who is the Prime Minister of Bangladesh. As Bangladesh moves forward. So what shall Bangladesh do? This is a point basically related to that. So I have talked about of China factor in Bangladesh. So basically, how can Bangladesh maintain a kind of balance between India and China? That is going to be important for Bangladesh. It needs to reassess its foreign policy strategy, and striking a perfect balance between China and India may prove increasingly elusive. A nuanced approach that prioritizes Bangladesh's long-term interest while maintaining flexible issue-based alignments could be more effective. So this is a kind of conclusion from the perspective of Bangladesh. Okay. But whereas from the perspective of India, what can be the conclusion? So basically, when it comes to India-China relationship, when it comes to the Bangladesh and China relationship, there is no doubt that China is that having a concern of China's increasing interest in Bangladesh, that's definitely going to have a negative impact on India-China-Bangladesh, in India-Bangladesh relationships. Okay, that's definitely a major concern for India. So what should India do is India should communicate its red lines to Bangladesh. मतलब कि हमें उन्हें communicating the red line, it means this is the red line, like you should not like Bangladesh should not be engaging itself with China in such a manner that it might impact India's security, right? Because of our security concerns, we should communicate our red lines so that Bangladesh can actually be, ताकि बांग्लादेश इस बात का ध्यान रखे कि इंडिया की सिक्योरिटी इम्पैक्ट ना हो. दिस इज द फर्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट. ओके, अनदर थिंग इज कि जो इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट है बांग्लादेश की, फॉर श्योर इट्स गोइंग टू बी इन इंडियाज फेवर, बिकॉज इफ इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट विल बी देयर इन बांग्लादेश, चाहे वो चाइना की तरफ से आए, दैट्स नो, इस बात का कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है कि यस, इफ engagement with China is leading to the economic development of Bangladesh, that is definitely in the favor of India only, because अगर बांग्लादेश में इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट होगी तो इलीगल माइग्रेशन की प्रॉब्लम कम हो जाएगी, right? So economic development, India should support this economic development, doesn't matter if it is because of China. So India should support the economic development of Bangladesh. And the another thing is India should, और अदर चीज है कि कोई बाहर की कंट्री अगर बांग्लादेश के साथ मतलब किसी भी नेबरिंग कंट्री के साथ एंगेज कर रही है, तो इट मीन्स कि इंडिया की एंगेजमेंट उस कंट्री के साथ कम है. सिंस इंडिया इज इन द नेबरहुड कंट्री, इंडिया शुड इंक्रीज इट्स एंगेजमेंट विद द नेबरिंग कंट्रीज, बिकॉज it will automatically reduce the scope of foreign powers intervention automatically. Okay, so these are the conclusions which are related to the China and Bangladesh. This problem के साथ associated, these are the conclusion. This is the conclusion basically about China and Bangladesh problem. Okay, So this is about this is the conclusion of the topic of China in Bangladesh. Okay, कि उसके पर्सपेक्टिव में क्या क्या बेसिकली solutions हो सकते हैं, because बाकी solutions हम साथ साथ देखते हैं. What are the measures needed which were in the case of illegal migration we have talked about. What are the measures needed in the case of China and Bangladesh, उस चीज से related ये हैं solutions. Okay, so this is all about the topic of India-Bangladesh relations. Now what is left is the recent issue which has emerged in Bangladesh, and I'll be taking another class for this topic, and after that the entire topic of India-Bangladesh relations is going to be over, and after that we'll be starting with India-Afghanistan relationship. Okay, so this is all about this is about the static topics, and the current affair topic will be covering up in the next class. In case of any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. Thank you very much.